Hi students, how are you? The government announced the 10th class examination on next month, July 27th. So, again we will discuss about the physics lessons. Okay, na? So, already you know that the physics lessons, total 12 lessons is there. So, some reduced syllabus already left the reduced syllabus. So, remaining topics we discuss about that. So, first time who are watching my videos, please subscribe and like. Any doubts, please put comment. Okay, so today we discuss about the first lesson. What is the first lesson name? Already you know that first lesson name is heat. So it is the heat. So first we discuss about the heat. What is the meaning of heat? Heat means heat is a form of energy. Heat, light, sound, these are the form of energies. It is always transferred from hotter body to colder body. It is always transferred from where to where? It is hotter body to colder body. So heat is represented by the letter capital Q. It is denoted by the letter capital Q, not taken small q, not taken small q. Why? Small q only, using that purpose only, the amount of charge. But the amount of heat, we denoted the letter capital Q. After that, what is the CGS unit of heat is? CGS unit of heat. CGS unit of heat is calorie. SI unit of heat is SI unit of heat is joule. CGS unit of heat is calorie. SI unit of heat is joule. What is the relation between these two? CGS is calorie and SI unit is joule. 1 calorie value equal to accurate value is 4.186 joules, or approximately taken 4.2 joules. 4.2 joules. After that, what is defined calorie? What is calorie? Calorie means the amount of heat is required. The amount of heat is required to rise 1 degree Celsius temperature by 1 gram of water. 1 gram of water. It is called a calorie. So, heat is a form of energy. It is always transferred from hot body to colder body. The CGS unit of heat is calorie and SI unit of heat is joule. 1 calorie value is equal to 4.186 joules, or approximately taken 4.2 joules. After that, next we discuss about temperature. Temperature. What is temperature? Temperature means the degrees of hotness or coldness of an object is called a temperature. For example, the degrees of hotness. If you are touching the hot water, you feel hot. If you are taking any ice cube in your palm, you feel cold. So how can you say? Because of temperature. Because of temperature. So temperature means the degrees of hotness or coldness of an object is called a temperature. So temperature is denoted by the letter capital T. Capital T, we are using the denoted the temperatures. But small t, when we take the small t only uses the time taken by the object. So it is not used. It is only using purpose is time taken. But capital T denotes the temperature. Again, CGS unit of temperature is CGS. CGS unit of temperature is degree Celsius. Degree Celsius. And SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. So again, what is the relation between these two? CGS unit of temperature is degree Celsius or degree centigrade. SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. You know that melting point of ice, melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Then 0 degrees Celsius converted to Kelvin scale. You know that Kelvin scale, degrees Celsius converted to Kelvin scale is called absolute temperature. Here asking, what is absolute temperature? Temperature is measured on Kelvin scale. Temperature is measured on Kelvin scale is called absolute temperature. So 0 degrees Celsius value is equal to 273 Kelvin. It is the melting point of ice. When ice is melting, then temperature remains same or constant. You understand this bit? When the temperature is melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. So you take a beaker. You take one of the beaker. This beaker is filled with ice cubes. This beaker is filled with ice cubes. It is the ice cube. Again, already you know that ice cube's temperature is how much? 0 degrees Celsius. 0 degree Celsius. Now insert a thermometer into the. Now insert a thermometer. Now insert a thermometer into the ice cubes. This apparatus put on beaker. This apparatus put on burner. This apparatus means ice cubes with thermometer. This apparatus put on beaker. It gives the flame. Some time after, the entire ice cubes were converted into water. Entire ice cubes were converted into water. Again, you put the thermometer into the beaker. It's showing the temperature is again 0 degrees Celsius only. Then what you understand? Then temperature is increased. Then rise the temperature, but when ice is melting, then temperature remains same. Then ice is melting, then temperature remains constant. And that means what you understand? The entire ice cubes were converted into water only. The temperature do not change it. So it is the melting point of ice. After that, boiling point of water. Boiling point of water. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees Celsius again converted into Kelvin scale. You know that Kelvin scale means addition of 273. 100 plus 273, that equal to 373 Kelvin. So it is the temperature. Again I am telling that the temperature is the degrees of hotness or coldness of an object is called a temperature. Temperature is denoted by the letter capital T. Capital T. CGS unit of temperature is degree Celsius and SI unit of temperature is Kelvin scale. So what is the relation between these two? Melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius and boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. 0 degrees Celsius value is equal to 273. So it is the relation between CGS and SI unit. 100 degrees Celsius converted to Kelvin scale, it is 373. For example, here asking, so many times here asking, minus 50 degrees Celsius converted into Kelvin scale here asking. What is minus 50 degrees Celsius? Minus 50, as usual you write, plus addition of 273, that equal to 223 Kelvin only. Minus 50, addition of 273, 273 minus 50, that equal to 223, 223 Kelvin. So, you understand this one, this activity. What is the activity here saying? Take a beaker and fill with ice cubes. Now, insert a thermometer into the beaker. This apparatus put on burner. Heating slowly. The entire ice cubes were converted into water. Again, you keep a thermometer into this. It's showing that before ice cubes showing that 0 degrees Celsius, ice cubes were converted into water also showing the 0 degrees Celsius. That what we conclude that? We conclude when ice is melting, then temperature remains constant. After that, what is thermal equilibrium? What is thermal equilibrium? Thermal equilibrium. What is thermal equilibrium means? When two bodies are in contact. When two bodies are in contact, but no heat transferred from one beaker to another beaker. That means finally both bodies are having same or equal temperature. It is called a thermal equilibrium. What is thermal equilibrium? Again, I am telling that the thermal equilibrium is when two bodies are in contact. When two bodies are in contact, but no heat transferred. But two bodies are contact, but no heat transferred from one beaker to another beaker. That means finally both bodies are having same or equal temperature. It is called a thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium. So it is the thermal equilibrium means both bodies are having same temperature. Both bodies are having same or equal temperature. It is called a thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium. After that, we give in textbook given that activity 3. What is activity 3? Food color. Hot water and cold water, when mix the food color, which one is easily decomposable? Which act in this activity thought, which one is more diffusion? Hot water or cold water? Hot water. Hot water is more diffuse than compared to cold water. Okay. Finally, what you understand this one? The average kinetic energy of the particles is kinetic energy means Ke. The average kinetic energy of the particles is directly proportional to absolute temperature. That means K is directly proportional to T. The average kinetic energy of the particles is directly proportional to absolute temperature. So, what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy means the energy possessed by a body, virtue of its motion. The energy possessed by a body, virtue of its motion, it is called a kinetic energy. Kinetic energy formula is Ke equal to half mv square. Ke equal to half mv square. That means half mv square or K equal to half PV. Half PV. That means PV means P is the momentum and V is the velocity of object. So this one, the energy possessed by a body, virtue of its motion, it is called a kinetic energy. Kinetic energy K equal to half mv square. Kinetic energy always depends upon the velocity of an object. Velocity of an object. After that, Q equal to ms delta T, we discuss about it. Q equal to ms delta T. Derive Q equal to ms delta T. Here taken the two beakers. One is 250 ml of water. First beaker is having the 250 ml of water, and second one having 1 liter. 1 liter means 1000 ml. Here taken the two beakers. First one is 250 ml of water, and second beaker having the 1000 ml of water. 1000 ml means 1 liter. Next, here 250 ml of water in this beaker. In this beaker have containing 1000 ml of water. Note down the initial reading of both beakers water. This one initial reading and this one initial reading. Note down it. Next, both beakers put on the burner. Both beakers put on the burner. Both beakers put on the burner, which gives the same amount of heat. Both beakers gives the same amount of heat given. Okay, after 5 minutes, we observe it which one heat fastly and which one heat slowly. When you touch the beaker A or first beaker, you touch the 250 ml of water, you feel hot. Again, 1000 ml of water, we feel cool. Why? Here, this have the small amount of water, but this have the large amount of water or greater amount of water. Here given the same amount of heat. Here heating the same amount of heat. So, the amount of heat is absorbed by a body is directly proportional to its mass. What we conclude? The amount of heat is absorbed by a body is directly proportional to its mass. When delta T means temperature. In both cases, temperature is constant. When delta T is constant, delta T means both beakers are heating with the same temperature. So, it is the equation 1. Q directly proportional to M. Q directly proportional to M means the amount of heat absorbed by a body is directly proportional to its mass when delta T is constant. After that, second equation. What is the second equation? For example, you take any one beaker. I take only first beaker. 250 ml of water. So first initial temperature is T1 degrees Celsius. Initial temperature is T1 degrees Celsius. Put on the burner. Heat continuously. After 2 minutes, you observe. Stop given the heating. So its temperature is T2 degrees Celsius. How much amount of heat will be absorbed? Enta heat absorb chesindi ante, then T2 minus T1, it is the rising temperature or absorbing temperature. T2 minus T1, it is the rising temperature. How much amount of heat will be rise? So T2 minus T1 equal to delta T, then delta T. So the amount of heat is absorbed by a body is directly proportional to its changing temperature. Changing means delta T. Delta T means high temperature minus low temperature, or final temperature minus initial temperature. So it is a delta T. When here M is constant. M means mass is constant. It is equation number 2. From equation 1 and 2. From equation 1 and equation 2, we get Q is directly proportional to M delta T. Q is directly proportional to M delta T. Removing proportionality, we put the constant. Removing Proportionality. It is the directly proportional. So removing proportionality, we put the constant Q equal to ms delta T. Here S is the specific heat. Here S is the specific heat. Specific heat is always depends upon the nature of the object. It is a very important point. Specific heat is always depends upon the nature of the object. So it is the Q equal to ms delta T derived. So first of all, you write first one. What you understand this one? The amount of heat is absorbed by a body is directly proportional to its mass. When delta T means temperature is constant. So it is the equation 1. The heat is absorbed by a body is directly proportional to changing temperature or rising temperature. When mass is constant, it is the equation number 2. From equation 1 and equation 2, we get Q is directly proportional to m delta T. Removing proportionality, we put the constant S. Q equal to ms delta T. Here S is the specific heat. Specific heat is always depends upon the nature of the material or nature of the substances. What is specific heat? Define specific heat. Define specific heat. So specific heat already here given the formula Q equal to, what is the formula? ms delta T. Then S is equal to m delta T. Take this side. So S is equal to Q by m delta T. S equal to Q by m delta T. So specific heat. Define the specific heat. Very important. 1 mark or 2 marks questions previously asking this question. What is specific heat? Write the units. So specific heat means the amount of Q says heat, m says mass, T says delta T says temperature. So I am saying the definition of specific heat. The amount of heat is required. Q says heat. The amount of heat is required to rise the 1 degree Celsius temperature. The amount of heat is required to rise 1 degree Celsius temperature by unit mass. Here says m says unit means 1. Unit mass of the substances is known as specific heat. Again I am telling the definition of specific heat. Specific heat means the amount of heat is required. The amount of heat is required to rise. How much amount of temperature will be rise? 1 degree Celsius. So the amount of heat is required to rise the 1 degree Celsius temperature by unit mass of the substances is known as specific heat. So specific heat is always depends upon the nature of the material or nature of the substances. So CGS unit of specific heat. CGS unit of specific heat. CGS unit of specific heat is Q says unit is calorie by m says gram and delta T says what is degree centigrade. Okay, this one. Next SI unit of specific heat is joule per kilogram, degree centigrade plus we write Kelvin. So CGS unit is calorie per gram degree Celsius and SI unit of specific heat is joule kilogram Kelvin. So what is the relation between these two? These two means 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius is equal to dash joule per kilogram Kelvin. That means the calorie value converted to joule. Already you know that. I'm starting, we discussed about 1 calorie value converted to joules. What is the value? 4.186 joules. Calorie will be converted to joules by, as usual you write, by. And gram converted to kilogram. 1 gram. 1 kilogram value is equal to 1000 grams. 1000 means 1 after 3 zeros have. So we write 10 cube grams, 1 kilogram equal to. But 1 gram equal to 10 cube, take this side. 10 cube, take this side. 10 power minus 3 kilogram. So 1 gram place we write 10 power minus 3 kg. Degree Celsius converted to Kelvin. As usual we write Kelvin. So it is the value. After that 4.186 into 10 power minus 3, take up numerator place. So 10 cube joule per kilogram Kelvin. So 4.186 into multiplied by 10 cube, that means 4186 joule per kilogram Kelvin. So it is the 1 calorie value converted into joule per kilogram Kelvin. After that, here given the table. What are the table here asking? Very important table here. First of all, lead. Lead, specific heat of lead is 0.031 lead. Next, mercury. Mercury specific heat is 0.033. After that, brass. Brass means, what is the brass? Brass means it is the one of the alloy. Alloy means 2 or more metals combined together, combined a single metal or combined together, it is called a brass. Brass means it is the combination of copper and zinc. So brass value is 0.092 brass. After that, zinc. Zinc is 0.093, copper 0.095, it is the copper. Okay, next iron 0.115 iron. After that, glass 0.12, aluminium 0.21, kerosene oil and ice cube. Both are having same specific heat 0.5. After that, water. Water having the only 1. After that, seawater. Seawater have 0.95. It is the specific heats of the substances. Again, specific heat, lead is 0.031. Mercury is 0.033. After that, brass is the 0.092. Zinc is the 0.095. Copper is the 0.095. Iron 0.115. Glass 0.12. Aluminium 0.21. Kerosene and ice cube both are having the same specific heat values. Its value is 0.5. And water 1. Seawater 0.95. So here this table is very important. Already previous examination asking this table are given the questions. Okay, so which substances, finally what you understand, conclude this one. What you are understanding, which substances have the less specific heat, that substances absorb more heat. It is the very important. Why? Again I am telling that the first one is, which substances here given that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12 substances are given. But which substances having the less specific heat? Lead have the less specific heat. Which substances have the less specific heat? The substances absorb more heat. Y. It is the formula. What is the relation between these two? S and delta T. What is the relation when S and delta T is the inversely proportional? Inversely proportional means when S is rise, delta T is less. So, which substance is having the less specific heat, the substance absorb more heat. Okay. So, remaining tomorrow we'll discuss about it. Okay na? This is the heat part 1. Tomorrow we discuss about the heat part 2. Okay. Okay students, ఇంకా ఎవరైనా సరే సబ్స్క్రైబ్ కాని వాళ్ళు ఉంటే సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. ఇంక మీకు ఏదైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే వీటిలో ఎనీ హ్యావ్ ద డౌట్స్, ఓకే, ప్లీజ్ పుట్ ద కామెంట్స్. ఓకే, బాయ్ అమ్మా, టేక్ కేర్, బాయ్. ఓకే, ఈరోజు కూడా మనం ప్రతిరోజు మాదిరిగానే ఈ టెట్కమ్ టీఆర్టీ